Hello, students. Two students already are doing great job in terms of investment. They have received their money, and this is what one of the students posted on the discussion board last night. And let's see what this student has done, and in terms of buying stocks and how she has done. I This is a screenshot from what the student posted, and I copied it. I copied and pasted this to Microsoft Word. That way we can analyze to see what she has done. Looks like she's doing an excellent job. She knows what she's doing, and let's see what it means. She has opened a Roth IRA with Charles Schwab, which is great. Roth IRA is as good as traditional. I recommend it for many students also if they like. They open traditional or contributory IRA, sometimes they call it, which means you contribute money. All the Roth IRA is also considered contributory. There is a difference between Roth IRA and traditional IRA, which at the end I will explain what it is. But for now, we go, and what she did is that she took $1 of the money that I sent her, and she bought one share of this SWVXX. And the way she did, and the way I will show you how to invest $1, $2, or whatever, she knew that if she kept this $1 in her bank account, next year the bank is not going to give her any interest. If they give her, it will be even less than 1%. You put it in your saving or checking account. She did a smart thing. She knows that by investing in this SWVXX, she is going to get 4%. That means her dollar next year will be $1.04. Or if one day she has $100 in her saving account or checking account, and she is not happy with the interest that she is getting from the bank, she can transfer her money to Charles Schwab and put $100 instead of $1 in SWVXX. When she puts $100, 4% of $100 is $4. That means her $100 next year, this time, assuming interest rates remain the same, becomes $4. And I have a good news for this student. If it was in her bank account, when she gets, let's say, $4 on top of $1, that is $4. But as soon as that $4 goes in it, is added to it, the IRS she has to report to IRS that she made $4, and then IRS wants $1 of it. The state of West Virginia wants a part of it. But here, when it is sitting in her Roth IRA, she is not paying any money to IRS at all. And if it is in your traditional also, you won't pay anything to the IRS until maybe 50, 100 years ago, 80 years ago, 20 years ago, when you retire, you become 59 and a half, you decide to sell it, you can, you may pay, some taxes, but anything, it goes, it goes up tax-free. Therefore, it's a very smart investment. For students also, as I said, you can open either Roth IRA or traditional or regular brokerage account. Regular brokerage account also she has opened this brokerage account, and then a brokerage account is taxable account. That means if she buys anything and she does any she gets any interest, or she buys the stocks and sells them and make money on them, she has to pay interest on it. But in her Roth IRA she doesn't pay anything. Anyhow, we will talk about the Roth IRA and traditional at a later time. And now she has bought one stock of SOUN for $9.22. Maybe she bought it yesterday. Let me see if she has made any money or not. And I checked actually. She has made the good money since yesterday. I don't want to rush you. Remember that, stocks, sometimes, are tricky. They go up, down, and let's see what she has done. And I come here, and here is stocks and SoundHound. Do you see? I put stocks, the SoundHound, HOUND. And when I click here, her $9.22 has become $9.12. and most likely she has made from 932 to 994 is almost, she has made 70 cents. 70 cents is almost 10% in matter of one day. Imagine she has made it, from 9 and 30 to the 9 and 10% is a lot for one day, because people put their money in the bank and they get 4% in 1 year. And that's huge. Of course, it might drop down. Therefore, this is the stocks of SoundHound, and it is a kind of risky stocks, but I recommend the students to buy one share to learn. And that's why she's learning and she's watching what happened to this stock. And the other student, we have another student who 2 months ago bought this stock. Let me go to 3 months ago when we were here. Look what happened to this stock. And then what happened is that student was here in November of 2024. She bought one stock for $6. Do you see it here? It's written six something, 690, 650. She bought it here. And she was one lucky person at that time. Her $6 went all the way, became 30. Do you see? It became almost $25. That means she had 300% increase, 400% increase in matter of 2 months. It takes about 20, 30 years for a stock to go up, by 400. And a bad news came, and then that's why stocks dropped. But she's still in a good shape. Why? Because if she bought it for $6.50, now it is $9.50. That's still a gain. Why it is a great gain? Because from $6.50 to $9.50, that's a 50% increase in matter of 2 months. Do you know 50% increase in 2 months? How much it is? You put your money in the bank, it gives you 1%, and you have to wait 1 year. But she has had. Therefore, this SoundHound is an AI company. And as you see, my recommendation is and I put 5 years. And this is what has happened in the past 5 years. And if I click here, in fact, you see the date is 2022. That means that's when the company went public in 2002. At the beginning, it jumped up, but it stayed down until year 2004. In 2004, it jumped somewhat up, and it went all the way up, and now it is at 9 something. Of course, it was until February 21. It has not been updated. At February 21, it was 1031, and this is what this student has done, and a smart thing that has bought one, and she is going to watch this for a while to learn about this stock and find out what it is. It is HOUND. I tapped that one. Okay, and she is also waiting for Fannie Mae, and she wants to buy this stock, but she's watching it. And if she wants to buy it, Fannie Mae is an unusual stock, totally different with all the stocks in the world. You know why? Because think about Fannie Mae as a company. It's like a mortgage company that half of it is owned by the federal government, half of it. Just think about it this way. And at some point, it was one of the best stocks, in the stock market. But because the housing market and mortgage market went wrong and something, the stocks dropped significantly. Now it is going to come back up, and now this student is going to buy. Just to show, later on, I'll show you if she wants to buy this Fannie Mae, purchasing this stock is little different than purchasing SoundHound. But she is doing a smart thing, that is watching this stock to see what that means. She's doing her homework. And as I said, when you buy stocks, I don't recommend to jump in it and get excited and put a lot of money in it. First, you buy one share and watch it for a while, for a long time, and do a lot of research. Go to ChatGPT, say, tell me about this stock, what happened, is it a good investment? Even you shouldn't listen to ChatGPT or Grok or anything, just to get more information. Therefore, so far, this student has doing great. Now let's see what she's trying to say. She said that she had an account last year through Fidelity. Fidelity is a company which is like Charles Schwab, very solid company. We have about 4 or 5 very important companies. Schwab is one of them, Fidelity, then we have Vanguard, and we have another one which is called BlackRock. These are solid companies, and then, therefore, she already had a Roth IRA with Fidelity. Now she has two Roth IRAs account, which is great. And every year she can contribute. If she is, less than 55 years old, then she can contribute 7,500, to her Roth IRA and even traditional IRA. She cannot contribute more than that. And then even to traditional, the same, assuming she has to have an income of 7,500. If she doesn't have, she cannot just simply go from her checking account, put money in IRA, because if she doesn't have a job and income, she has to earn that money, maximum. But if she is over 55 years old, she can put 8,000. These are great investment. What she did was that she put $175, which is smart. Now, from last year to this year, $23, have gone on top of this money. That means she has had 10% increase in her investment, which is a great investment. You know why? Because if this $10, this $23 was in her brokerage account, she had to pay $5 of it to IRS. Now it is going to grow, tax free, and also she can withdraw this $155, if because she has paid the taxes for this, But the traditional is better because it discourages students to touch the money, because in traditional, if you take the money out, not only that you have to pay taxes for that, you have to pay 10% penalty if you are under 59 and a half. Therefore, any of these two accounts you open would be fine. If you want to open both of them, fine. But for the students in this class, I recommend primarily, traditional, contributory, sometimes they call it. And also, if you want to open a Roth, doesn't matter. You open, she already knows what Roth is. That's why she decided to go there. Then she bought a share of SPD or S&P. Here is S&P 500. She meant S&P 500. These are 500 stocks of that. Let's say if she had $5 and she put $5 in S&P 500, for example, $5, if your $5 is distributed between 500 companies, that means 1 cent, because in $500 there are 500 pennies. 1 penny of it, that's on average, was invested in Amazon, 1 penny in Tesla, 1 penny in Walmart, 1 penny is, in Bank of America. Therefore, this is a well-diversified portfolio. Here, it is only a single stock that might, if this company goes bankrupt, she is going to lose a maximum of $9. I don't recommend. What I say is that don't be scared to buy individual stocks, because, as you know, she suddenly make 10% in one day. This S&P that she put, you know how much she made if she invested last night? I can tell you, and I can tell you if I go to Schwab, I can tell you what happened to S&P. Do you see here, if it is written Dow Jones Industrial Average, you see Dow Jones Industrial Average has dropped by 0.04. That means if she had invested $100 in the Dow Jones Industrial, in an index that mimics Dow Jones Industrial Average, her $100 would have lost 4 cents. But if she had bought, look at here, S&P 500, it is up by 0.53, which means if she had put $100 in S&P, ETF, we will tell you what it is, her $100 from last night till now would have gone by 0.53, which means where her $100 would be $100.53. And then we will talk about, these are called indices, or this is a single one, it's called index. You already know Dow Jones Industrial Average. It is an average. That means out of those 30 stocks, some of them have gone up, some of them have gone down. If you put the average, some stocks have gained money, some has lost an average. It's not no change, 0.05 is no change. But this is a good change. If she has put $100 by now, it is 0.95. That means your $100 would be $100.94, almost $101. Not bad. Sorry, that's NASDAQ, S&P. S&P 50 cents would have gone. Therefore, this is what she is trying to do, and she has done a good job. that, of course, if you buy one share of S&P 500 is around 500, but sometimes they allow you to buy portion of the shares. I don't think Charles Schwab would allow you to buy portion of the shares. However, Fidelity might allow. And what she has done, she says that she put some money in a risky stocks, which is called BRBS. Guess what? I went and did some research about her stock. You know how I did? And she had bought 3 shares, and then what she did is that she put $10. Now she has 42% in 1 year, which means if she put $10, it went up by 42%. That means her $10 now has converted is now $14.20. Let me tell you what she did, and because I know about these things, I went to Yahoo and said stocks BRBS to see what she did, and here it is, and stocks BRBS. And here it is, stocks BRBS. Sorry, this is not here, stocks BRBS. Here, the name of the company that she invested is called Blue Ridge Bankshares. And let's look at Blue Ridge Bankshares. And today, there hasn't been any changes. The stocks are $3.06. Let's see in the past 1 year what happened. In the past 1 year, do you see here it is 250? It was 250, now it is 360. My guess is that last year when it was around $3, or maybe around 279, do you see around May 15 and May 14, 268? During these days, she went and put $10 and bought it around 3 shares of them. And then she bought them at $2.90, and maybe it was around May 16. And then these stocks went up. Suddenly, a good news came here. From 275, it jumped to 3 in the matter of 2-3 days. And now she has made her $10 to $14. That means she made 40% in 1 year, which is a great, increase. I can do more research about this bank. And I click 5 years. Let's see what happened in the past 5 years. Do you see there are some poor people who were poor shareholders who paid $18 in November 26, 21, or July, or June 2021. That's when Corona hits. They bought these shares for $17. But looks like the bank went through difficult times. Maybe they didn't make enough money. Their stocks dropped in November, around November of 2023, and now it has been struggling to come back, and it's slowly coming back. Therefore, the bank, experienced some difficult times. If I click Max, the Max has been very unfortunate. If you look at here, in matter of 2004, February of 2004, and it was people paid around $20, and then sometimes in here, which was June 9th of 2029, something very bad happened. That stocks significantly nosedived. What happened? It might have been very bad news. If she wants to know what happened, she can go and ask ChatGPT or ask, does research to see why this huge. It doesn't drop from $20 to $5 in much. Maybe suddenly the bank said, "Oh, we lost huge amount," or some very bad news came. Then slowly it recovered and went up. That's the way. And then if you want, these are some numbers she will look. Therefore, I am just researching to see what she has done. This is a great posting. Then I go in here and I found out about here what she has done with that investment that she did. Then I come here, we talked about, she has invested in SPDR 500 ETF, and she bought 1 share. If she bought 1 full share, that is $590, but they might have allowed her to buy a portion. And we looked at it, and she is right that it is a risky investment. But she got the reward for investing in a risky investment, and she had in 1 year 42% of increase. If she had put her $10 in the bank, today her $10 last year by now would have been $10.01, and even not 1 cent. But now at least her $10 would is $14. If she had put $1 million, her $1 million would have been $1,400,000. Therefore, if the people know what they are doing, they can make good money. And now she is telling that she owns stocks of her employer, HBSI. I wanted to see where she is working. I copied this and went to here and clicked, stocks. Here you go. When I put that, I noticed it is she's working for this might be the parent company, Highlands Bank Shares. And she has invested, her share today is $32.95. Since yesterday, it hasn't had any changes. Let me see what she has done in the past 1 month. In the past 1 month, the stock was 33. Do you see that? And then it came and it suddenly went to 34, and it is still 33. In the past 1 month, hasn't had a lot of, increase. In the past 6 months, and again, in the past 6 months, from $31, it went to $3. If you ask me, that is around 6%. That is around 6% in 6 months, which is not bad. 6% in 1 year is 12%. In 1 year, let's see what she has done. This 1 year has not been a good investment. If someone bought it last year this time, would have paid $38, and her $38 would have been dropped to $32. Nothing to be worried. Hopefully in the future comes back up. In the past 5 years, what she has done, the company hasn't done a great deal in the past 5 years. Do you see here? It's $45. 5 years ago, the people paid around $44. Now, after 4 years, their money has dropped to $32. Therefore, that is some unfortunate things has happened. And some stocks, of course, have been great. Sometimes employees have tendency to invest in the company that they work for. It is both good. And also, when I say I don't want to necessarily to say not good, but usually they think that the company they are working is very successful company, and they have a tendency to invest in their own company, that employees. However, the employers, that means her employer, the big boss of that bank that she works for, they love to see that she is buying the stocks of that bank. Do you know why? Because the employers, when they see they know that when the employees buy the stocks of the company, they try to be more loyal to the company. They try to work harder. That's why many companies intentionally give shares to the employees, to Walmart. I don't know, sometimes they sell it at a discounted price, that the employee buys the share. Once the employee buys the shares, he or she becomes interested to work harder to make sure her share or, their shares are going up. And that's the companies do. But when you are investing, you have to make, do your homework and see if. But there is a good news about her company. I told you, although the stocks were $48 at this time, and now it is dropped after so many years. Why? I don't know. We said that it was in. Let me see what the date was. 2020, 5 years ago. 5 years ago. Now it has dropped to 34 from the 42. Have they lost money? If they haven't sold it, they haven't lost anything. That means that the stocks might go back up. Therefore, let's not forget that those people necessarily their stocks have dropped, but because they have not sold their stocks doesn't mean they have lost, because it might come back up again. But one thing it has happened in the company has given the shareholders interest. Therefore, we have to see how much interest they gave. Therefore, if they might have got $1 interest every year. If they got $1 interest every year, 5 years means $5 they got. That means although their $4 dropped to $33, but they got $5 of interest. Therefore, the real drop necessarily is not 32, because now they should add back that $5 to 33, then that will be $38. This is something to think about. Now we come here and look at here again, and she is expecting 45 cents of dividends. That means the interest. Think about it, that every shareholder is going to get on the 28th, which means when it comes on the 28th, she checks her account with this brokerage, she would see that she is going to get 45 cents will be deposited to her brokerage accounts. And sometimes, suppose these companies, instead of giving, dividend, the cash money, they give her share. Rather than giving her one share, because one share is $30, rather than giving one share, they give 2% of one share, which is equivalent to, 45 cents. That's a stock dividend as opposed to cash dividend. But because she's putting dollar sign, that means most likely she's going to get a cash dividend. Therefore, this student knows exactly what she's doing. I'm so happy that she bought this SoundHound, and suddenly we are hoping that it goes back to $25. If it goes back to $25, it will be one of the best stocks, of the stock market. But as I said, she's doing a very smart thing that she's not. You shouldn't jump into suddenly buying a lot of stock. If a stock is $5, $10, okay, you can go and buy one and watch it. And she asks me, she wants to buy Fannie Mae. As I said, Fannie Mae is different from other stocks. I am going to show her if she decides to buy Fannie Mae in Charles Schwab. And let me see if I can come here. This is Charles Schwab. Do you see here $59 I have in my Roth IRA? And Fannie Mae is already here, but I put ticker symbol. For Fannie Mae, ticker symbol is FNMA. And here you go, Fannie Mae, Federal Mortgage National Association. And let's look at what happened to Fannie Mae today. Fannie Mae today is $6.36. Do you see that? $6.36. I can find out it went up. Usually it shows it. It went up by 2%. Do you see here? It is written 2.4%. From yesterday to today, 2.4% is a significant growth that it has had, because yesterday suddenly. Therefore, my action is to buy. I click here, buy. And now, when she bought SoundHound, she clicked here and she clicked market. And now, if you try to buy Fannie Mae in market, most likely it doesn't allow. And it tells me one share is $6.39. Look at here, when I click review order, it tells me, because it's an unusual stock, this one, most likely you cannot buy it under market. You have to put limit. But for now, I put an under market for $6.39. I click review. That means whatever the market is, which is $6.39. I click review. And when I click here, it tells me, it gives me an error. This order cannot be placed. See order message for details. And when I come here, only limit or stop order allowed, orders on OTC. OTC means over-the-counter stocks. This stock is an over-the-counter stock, and therefore it is, it's unusual stock. Therefore, I click change. The reason I couldn't place the order, because it was an OTC stocks. SoundHound is not an OTC stock. Therefore, I click change here, and because it tells me I cannot buy it under the market, I can put a limit order. Usually the people put the limit order less than $6.32. They put, suppose, $6.30. That means if stocks drop from $6.33, drops to $6.30, it will buy it, and I have to wait until it drops. If it doesn't drop, I won't be able to buy that. But because I want just to show you, the deal to go through right now, I am going to, it's not a great idea, but I am going to offer more than 634, because I'll tell 6.36. I offer 2 cents more, just to make sure I am buying 2 cents is not a big deal. Just I want to show you that I have bought one of them. I click review order, and most likely it will buy it. Sorry, I said 634, and I put 636. And I click review order, and it is this order can see message below. And again, it is telling me that please confirm your limit price is lower than the stop price. Let me again go back, change. Here you go. It shouldn't be a stop. I meant limit. Okay, and for limit, I meant to put 6 point, that's 35. I put 37 to make sure the stock goes through. and then I click review order, and look at here. Oh, here, not a good idea. I'm not going to buy it. Look at here. Estimated commission. It wants to charge me commission. I'm not going to pay any $6.95 of commission. Therefore, no way I am going to buy this stock. Because when we trade the stocks for Charles Schwab, all the stocks are free. The commission is free. But because this is over the counter, therefore, no way I am going to click cancel, because I am not going to lose six to pay commission. And I click cancel. Yes, cancel. Let me buy, instead of that, let me buy SOUN. Okay, the order, clear, and I clear the no data. Okay, I will buy SOUN, SoundHound. Okay, I click here, and SoundHound, and it is $9.87. As you see, today has been up, and selection buy, and the limit, I click market, and the 987 review order and place order. When I wanted to buy, I had clicked on trade here. Do you see here is written trade? And I had chosen my Roth IRA. And do you see here commission? Do you see commission here? Is nothing. The other one had $6 of commission because it was over the counter, and I didn't want to pay any commission for that stocks. Therefore, I don't recommend to buy it because they want to charge you $5-6. No way. And that's only a stock that I click place order. And as you see, I am buying one stock at the market today, and I scroll down to make sure everything okay. Order received. Thank you for received order. It sends me an email, and I am it goes. I bought it through my Roth IRA, and that is the way to place order. Then if I want to buy suppose Walmart, I have to know the ticker symbol of Walmart, and that's the way we do. Now, as I said, I have started giving money to students. This student already got her $50. I already sent her money. Another student also got from last semester. I gave her $50. Therefore, these are two students ready to go. I am helping other students. I have sent, as I said, $1 through Zelle to some students, and I am sending the rest of their money, and I am going to help them. Therefore, these two students make some money today, and we want you to learn about these stocks as much as you can. Do the same type of research that I do. And as I said, do not read what it is, of course, in Charles Schwab, you can buy stocks that are not very expensive. And it doesn't allow you, if you don't have enough money to buy one stock, so for example, Amazon stocks are about $200. And if you try to buy one share of Amazon, you have to have $200 in your account. However, there are some brokerages that if you don't have $200 in your account, you only have $10, they allow you to buy shares of Amazon. Although one share is $200, they don't sell you one share. They sell you just a portion of one share, which means only $8 of, that means you will own 2% of one share, 3% of one share. Therefore, Charles Schwab doesn't allow that. That's fine. But, if even you have $1 in your account, you can buy with $1, you can buy this SWVXX and earn interest on it. If you have any questions, you send me an email. I am, it's getting into great speed, fast speed. More students are receiving money from me. Just email me. If you don't know how to do this, you just let me know and we will help you.